What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for another Amonkhet draft. I wanted to remind you that I recorded a draft for the Manabase, which is a website, and they also have a YouTube channel. And I really encourage you to check that out if you haven't done that yet. The draft is really cool, and yeah, it's pretty funny. I think it's really worth watching, at least if you like my content in general. This deck is decent. Heartpiercer Manticore is very strong. Basically, 4/3 that lets you fling something when it enters the battlefield. You cannot fling itself, which makes it slightly weaker but still strong, and Embalm for 6. Very solid creature. Baleful Amit, very good 3-drop. Very good black card, and I think these two cards are much better than anything else. I'm probably just gonna pick the Manticore. Synchronized Strike is decent. It's fine. It's not amazing. It's pretty good though. Cartouche of Knowledge has impressed me a lot. I think that card is very, very good. Quarry Howler is decent, but I think it's pretty clear cut. Manticore. Alright, well, the best card here by a pretty large margin is Trial of Steel, and it's red, so makes up for an easy peak. Final Reward's decent, but I think just worse than Trial. And yeah, I mean, there's nothing else that's really great, so pretty easy pick. Well, the best card here is probably Magma Spray, so easy life, opening a red Bomb Rare and getting past some red burn spell removal. Guswalker I think is secretly one of the best common in the set. It is very strong, very tough to stop, it's a lot of damage, it's one of the best aggressive card. I think it's amazing. I think Magma Spray is still slightly better, and since we already are red, it's probably just the spray, but that card is great. I would pick it over Unwavering Initiate in most deck, which is not something I would have done a couple days ago, but I just think Guswalker is straight up gas. Yeah, we can continue to spray. No problem with that. This is cheap, efficient, deals with embalmed creatures. It's fine. Pathmaker Initiate's decent, but yeah, we'll just be spraying. Prepare Fight's good. I think I think this set is pretty tempo oriented, pretty aggressive, and I think untapping a creature and giving +2/+2 lifelink is actually pretty good. So even if you cannot use the fight part of the card, I think this is pretty good. Now Magma Spray is just still the best option here. I don't really like any of the monuments. The white one is decent, the other one are pretty bad, I think. The green one I haven't tried it very much, but not super excited. If you have enough creatures, it's probably fine. Minotaur's Sure Shot is fine. It's a very fine 3-drop. It gets better in the later game. Deals with Flyer, potentially. It is, it's fine. Not the most exciting card, but it's still among the best cards here because this pack is not so exciting. I guess Evolving Wild's decent, but I think we'd rather just pick a decent uncolor card. Nothing's great here. Not an adept of this card. Yeah, I don't think this is very good. Spearmaster is pretty good offensive threat. I think we'll just pick Spearmaster. I think I like it more if I end up red than Shepherd, but doesn't mean we have to go white or anything. Just feels like the better option here. Nothing's amazing here. I'm not a big fan of Anointer Priest unless I'm really defensive. Brute Strength is fine, but not very exciting. Miasmic Mummy is a playable 2-drop, I guess. Not something I love. I think it's still better than Brute Strength in most scenarios here. Manticore of the Gauntlet is just a solid 5-drop. Yeah, That's pretty cool, I think. Shimmer Scale Drake is slightly better. It's a good card, but I think we'd rather just pick the card we are sure we can play. This Wield somehow. I think the card is really, really good. Sacred Cat has impressed me a lot too. I don't know. We've seen a pretty late, 3/4 Drake and this Wield. Cat's decent though. And we already have a decent white aggressive card. I'm gonna go with the most powerful card here and we'll see how it goes. Oracle's decent. I think this is gonna be aggressive deck, so I don't really want Oracle though. I'm just gonna pick either Cat or Cartouche of Solidarity. I think Cartouche is actually looking pretty sweet, especially since we have a trial. Cat is decent though. I think it's slightly underrated right now. I guess we'll pick that for the side. I don't think I'll ever play that, even if I'm white. Just pick the sweet mountain. Sweet looking mountain. Voice is playable. Never excited about that, but... So we have 6 potent cards in red, and then maybe some option in white or blue. And, voice and violent impact you can play if you really want to. Interesting. 2 very powerful green cards in Crocodile of the Crossing and Sandworm Convergence. I don't think this is looking to be a Sandworm Convergence deck. Sandworm Convergence is very good, but in theory we could pick it and just pick a bunch of Rem cards, but I have a good start for a good aggressive red deck, so I think I kind of just want to do that. Limits of Solidarity I would assume is pretty good. I haven't played with that card yet, but it seems solid. I really think Nephcrop Entangler is amazing and very strong and exactly what you want to be doing with your red deck on turn 2. And I think it's much better than Battlefield Scavenger. Like, the looting is not so exciting, and this being able to be a 3/3 is just huge. I think I'm just gonna pick it, honestly. Crocodile and Convergence are much stronger card, but I've been impressed. I mean, I've been pretty pleased with playing some just aggressive deck that can beat down, and yeah, it's been what has been working the best for me or my opponent so far, being aggressive basically. Iena pack is pretty bad though, so I'm not gonna pick a red card here. Pursue got Lori, not so great. Probably Willing. Splendid Agony is decent. There's a Drake and Pool from Tomorrow. I'm not sure how good this is. I think it's fine, but I think I'd just rather pick the Drake if I'm playing blue. Drake is good. Drake is really solid. Might be wrong, but this seems fine. Okay, Electrify is great. If we can wield the Cartouche of Knowledge, that'd be great. Otherwise, well, Shelter Red Thicket is good. Any half-on-color cycling land is good. If you are playing red-green somehow, it's very good, but still think we want Electrify. And Drake. The card is like really solid. I like that. More than Cartouche of Zeal, for sure. Yeah, looks like blue is rather open. Can we make a Javelineer work here? We have, I think, 3 instant and sorceries right now. It's a little bit light. I think I still like that more than Try of Knowledge, though. I think and if we pick it now, we can make it better, too. Like, for example, Violent Impact is a decent way to enable your Javelineer. Even Initiate is solid. I think much better than Zenith Keeper. Yeah, we'll just pick Initiate. It's just the best card in the pack, and we kinda already wanna be blue, so sounds good. Looks like we have decent removal, solid creatures. I think I would have drafted very differently a couple days ago, but so far, decks that have impressed me the most in this set, at least in draft, in sealed things are a little bit different, but in draft, what I want to be doing right now is just curving out and having some good creatures, and most importantly, some good 2-drop. This is why I picked the Entangler pretty highly, probably higher than you might expect me to do. Again, sure shot. I have trouble pronouncing that. Sure shot somehow. If you say it quickly, it's kind of tough. Maybe it's only for foreign people, or maybe it's also for native speaker. Sure shot. Yeah, I don't know. It's not easy. At least not for me. But in any case, this is a very solid 3-drop. Right now, what I want is just a bunch of solid 2 and 3-drop, so I can get aggressive, have some cheap removal, a little bit of reach of the Manticore, and of both Manticores, I guess. I have 2 Drakes for the late game. Some decent instant and sorcery spell would be good to make the Javelineer better, but yeah. Again, I think what you want to be doing is curving out with some solid creatures, and yeah, that's what I want to be doing here. Pathmaker Initiate is fine. It's kind of a sweet combo with Minotaur's Sure Shot somehow, because you can just make it unblockable and then, pump it twice, maybe, and get 4 damage in. It's not, it's not irrelevant. It's a decent synergy. Karn is fine. It's not sick, but it's a fine 2-drop, and it's looking decent with 2 Sure Shot. Interesting. Limits of Solidarity or Shimmer Scale Drake? I don't know, I think Drake is just great. It's a good card for 5 mana, and if you can cast it, it's, you can cycle it. Since we are playing blue, I don't think we'll end up being that aggressive. I don't know. Limit seems pretty good, though. I think the Drake is better. Maybe I'm wrong. Drake is just super solid. I think I like the Oracle more than the pack. It's easier to cast, and I think Scry 3, though I think it's even better than Scry 3, is worth one power. But I might just not play this or the Iona anyway, but we'll see. Right now I'm really looking for 2-drop and 3-drop. Late game is looking solid with the 3 Drakes. The curve is not bad. It looks kinda heavy on 5 maybe, but since they can all cycle, it's completely fine. Yeah, I just want some 2-drops to apply pressure. Some other 3-drop. A bit more removal. Instant and sorceries are welcome, obviously. But so far this is shipping up pretty well. If Decision Paralysis is good in a deck, it's probably a deck a little bit like that. Blue-red aggro tempo, but I still don't really like that card. But I don't really imagine myself playing too violent impact in the matchup, so I guess we'll pick that, but don't really want to start that in the main. Cartouche of Zeal. This is decent in very aggressive white, red white or red green deck. I don't think it's as exciting in a deck like that though. I don't think we'll play Cradle though. Heckma Sentinels. Well, that's a decent 3-drop, especially since we have 3 Drakes. Yeah. Why not? Okay, well, we have 18 cards I'm pretty happy to play. Interesting. There's a lot of good stuff here. So Commit Memory is pretty strong. You get to bounce something second on from the top of their library, whether it's a spell or a permanent. It's a decent interaction spell, and Memory is just basically what is it? Wheel of Fortune. Or I guess we should rather say, well, it shuffles basically, but yeah, basically a draw 7. Ancrop Crusher is great, offensive threat. Magma Spray is, I think, very good, and I feel like Crusher might just be better, but in the eyes of Javelineer, I kind of want to pick the Spray. So it's tough to say. Now, Comet might just be better, I don't know. This seems... I don't know, this seems medium. I'm pretty sure that a cheap removal spell is better. Just gonna go with Crusher though. Crusher is great. Drake Haven. I haven't been super impressed the last time I tried to draft a Drake Haven deck. It did not go super well. It was quite unexciting. And right now we have 3 Cyclers. I think it's a little bit too late to do that. But again, I think Cartouche of Knowledge is very good. I'm just gonna pick that. Hieroglyphic Illumination, not a card I love, but it works pretty well with both Heckma Sentinels and the Javelineer, so it's kinda decent. Wind of Rebuke may be better, I don't know. Vizier of Stumbling Sand, not super exciting, I think. Rest is fine. But we are not white, obviously. Winds of Rebuke. It's not bad. Yeah. Is it better than the Illumination? Yeah, I think I like it slightly more. Well, Dusk Down is very good. If you can first big at it, it's even better because you can kind of build around. Will not be picking that though. Censor? I don't know. It's fine. I mean, here I think the Lizard is actually better, but I might just want to pick Censor to make sure this Javelineer is decent. I'm not sure if it's even right. Ooh, Gale Strike is pretty sweet. But I wonder if Magma Spray is just not better. Magma Spray is so cheap and efficient. And with 3 Magma Spray, we can kinda go for the draw and be fine. Instead of, you know, be on the play if we win the die roll. Maybe the first Gale Strike is better than the 3rd Magma Spray. I don't know. I think I'll go for Spray. I think Spray is very good. There's nothing for us here. Don't really think I want to be playing Brute Strength in this deck. I guess Argument you can cycle early for the Javelineer, but I'd rather not do that. River Serpent is fine. I think we'd rather have that than Naga Oracle here. Fling, Screep of the Mindful. I don't think that card is very good. Fling. I don't think we need it. We already have a Manticore. We have enough playable. I don't think this is really what we want. First Lizard, I'm gonna peek here and play. Kinda like that. Floodwaters is actually nice. It's a decent option in the late game. It also makes the Javelineer pretty solid now. I think we have enough stuff, so I like that. Illumination Wield too. Huh. And Lizard Wield. Okay. Well, that's a lot of playballs. We'll have to cut a couple things, I guess. I think Winds of... I mean, most of the things I want to cut are instant and sorcery, and cutting these are gonna make the Javelineer worse, which I don't love. I think the Lizard is better than Sentinel. Sentinel is looking... Sentinel is pretty good in this deck, actually. Yeah, there's really nothing I want to cut here. Again, some of the instant and sorceries are medium, but I think we want to keep that. Still keep them. I guess the River Serpent can go fairly easily. That's a good looking curve. Since all of these can cycle for 2, yeah, I think we can afford to play 16 land in this deck. I think we can cut Naga Oracle. We are not super... This is not really a defensive deck, and the card is fine, but we have better 4-drops. Not thrilled about Illumination, but again, we kind of need to fuel that Javelineer. I like all of my 3-drop pre-match. Oh, tough. Tough call. Don't think we want to cut the 2-drop. Yup, I really don't know. Really don't know. Maybe I should just cut the Javelineer and then I can afford to cut some instant and sorceries, but... Nah, Javelineer is pretty good. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 instant and sorceries. That's pretty good. I don't know. What am I supposed to do here? I really think Artificial Knowledge is very good. It has impressed me a lot. Turns anything into a threat they must deal with, and you draw a card so you don't get 2 for 1. And if they cannot deal with it, they just lose very often. We can probably afford to cut one of the 3-drop. Maybe we just cut 1 Lizard, it's probably fine. And then maybe 1 Cartouche of Knowledge. We can play 16 land, but not 15, I don't think so. I think 15 is a little bit too greedy. Yeah, maybe I just got 1 Cartouche. Seems wrong though. Decent amount of our threat already fly though, on the other hand. Wind of Rebuke is pretty mediocre. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Cartouche. And 7 instant and sorceries should be good enough for the Javelineer. And probably that would just play an 8/8 mana base. In theory we need slightly more red, but 9/8. Yeah, I guess being able to cast Manticore and being able to cast Magma Spray early on is pretty important. And we need our blue a little bit later on the game. Yeah, I think this is actually going to be fine. 9-7 instead of 8-8. Alright, blue-red, mid-rangey, with a ton of Magma Sprays. We'll see how it goes. I think the deck is pretty good though. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. Definitely drop a like if it's the case. Thanks for watching and see you for round 1.